Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. I'm still on this whole thing with pearly things, kinda. We're gonna talk about some other things. That ain't all we're gonna talk about today, though. But now I want to add Obsidian to this. You know, Obsidian is one of those guys that try to talk loud and fast to make you think that what they saying is the truth. But Obsidian, just like all the rest of us, is not perfect. And I'm gonna get into some other people as well. In fact, I want to start off with them. All y'all dudes that be on here calling people bums and losers, but you don't want to address this, man, listen. Your black card is the stripe on your black card is wearing off. It's not working. Your black card is, you need to get another card in the mail or something. Because y'all ninja this, ninja that. He's a bum, he a loser, blah, blah, blah. But yet, I've heard you say nothing about this Caucasian woman who don't want to talk about their culture because it's boring for the most part. So she want to talk about what's going on in relationships, and particularly in the black manosphere. Listen. And YouTube, I want to talk to y'all too. No disrespect, but y'all foul for how y'all be shadow banning my video, but it's cool. I'm going to keep talking. But then you'll let her, and you'll even recommend her and push her through the algorithm to a bunch of black people, even though she said that Africans from overseas are better workers than us. And even though she said that slavery wasn't that bad, don't that violate community guideline? I'm just saying, yes or no? Yes or no? So, this dude, at first I thought he wasn't taken up for, but now I see that he is. Him and all them people in your comment, dude, y'all the reason why it's so hard right now. I've literally had thousands of jobs. As soon as they see my application, even though I'm qualified, they'll come back immediately and say, we going with other candidates. Okay, what other candidates y'all go with? Immigrants, white people, pretty much. Because of stuff like this, because of people like Nick Fuentes, who a lot of these jobs and a lot of these companies are ran by guys like that. So in case you wonder, and oh, by the way, every black person that's not employed is not employed because they don't want to be employed. Some of them gave up because so many people probably had a stereotype. Absolutely, most Latinos/Mexicans are excellent workers. That's not a lie. But you can't sit and believe that every one of us blacks are bad workers. In fact, let's find a statistic for how many black people found a job where they were working with predominantly other races and were nitpicked and they were being petty with them to the point where they just didn't even want to go there no more. What's the stat on that? Because even if you just go by me, like I had a job, I was working with a cleaning company that was privately owned. And the son was telling me basically that his parents just want him to be around other people, this, that, and the other, right? Okay, so they hired me. I guess they thought I was going to be a jokester. And I tell jokes, but I try to keep it at bay at work, you know, because people is too sensitive and this, that, and the other. And I've learned, you know, I can't be who I am outside of work on the most of these jobs. Like with all that roasting and all the other stuff, I can't do that on these jobs. So I was just going in there, getting the work done. I was getting it done fast too because I'm a carpet cleaner by trade. That's one of my trades, that I can scrub and wax floors, and I can do carpet floor care. So, you know, we doing good. Like they getting all this work and I'm helping them get all the work out. we getting back early and stuff because I know what I'm doing, basically. They just out of the blue, because I wasn't really talking that much. I was just doing the work. And they were trying to, joke around and this and that. I was just trying to get the work done. Next thing I know, they tell me, hey, and they had just said we got all these new contracts. They tell me, hey, we don't need you no more, but thanks for helping us, though. That's how they do a lot of us, and it's because of people like Just Pearly Things. It's because of people like that Emmett Till did how he did. People who secretly or openly are racist against blacks to the point of violence. And I want y'all to look into this. It's a guy named Rasheem Carter. I want him to get his case to get the coverage. I'm gonna do a separate video on him to get the separate coverage and the same or better coverage than Shaquella Robinson got, because how they did him was even worse. Y'all think that Shaquella Robinson was bad? How they did Rasheem Carter was worse. His spine was separated from his head, and they found his head. So I want to tell y'all, man, y'all know these people is racist, man, especially down in that South. Do not work no jobs with all white people. I'm not saying they all like that, but don't do it. Don't do it, especially in them rural areas. Don't do it. We can't do that right now, because a lot of them people they love that Nick Fuentes. You don't know what else is going through their mind. So just don't take those jobs. Take jobs that are in the open, not in the country. Like, don't take those jobs, because it's too much going on right now for you to take that risk. Take jobs where it's a lot of y'all, like a lot of black people. Like when I was doing them labor ready jobs in Texas, it was plenty of us black dudes. So, I mean, if something would have jumped off, because one time it seemed like something was finna jump off on one of them assignments, and we was all together on it, and they made us all go home because we wasn't going for what they was doing. They were trying to treat us like we was some slaves or something. So don't do that. Right now, this ain't the time to do that. And I'm being forced to talk about race, even though I don't care who's racist, because they don't know how to be racist and just leave people alone. They want to be secretly violent. So you gotta watch out. If you get pulled over in these little small towns, you need to go somewhere where people can see you and know you got pulled over. Even if you gotta call the police department on the phone, like, hey, I don't trust this. They trying to pull me over, and I want to pull over, but it's not safe out here. I don't feel safe. So, but don't be thinking that nobody ain't racist out here. There's plenty people that's racist, and they'll gang up on you. But my offer still stands, Nick. You by yourself enslaved me. It still stands. And it's like the attitude that the whites that are not like this, man, y'all understand. And shout out to every non-racist white person. We love y'all, man. We really appreciate y'all not being this way. We do. I mean, I don't think that the whites that are not racist get enough credit for not being that way. But at the same time, when you see this stuff like what happened to Rasheem Carter, if you could stand up for George Floyd, we should stand up for Rasheem Carter. He was seen in video trying to get away through the woods. He was. I mean, this is not good at all. That's why Obsidian, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I don't care how you try to say it. And matter of fact, if you want to debate, I got smoke for you. You think you so smart, man. I heard your book is pretty good. I want you to prove me versus you on your platform. Give me a chance. Give me a chance to get monetized. I want you to prove why we should allow just pearly things to continue in our space. Watching her videos, people will probably be super chatting her, I'm sure. And we listened to her. You took up for her. I listened to you. I heard you. So I want you to prove to me why we should turn a blind eye to what she said. I want you to prove it. Why we should turn a blind eye to what she said. Because it's a lot of people that can't even find work because of that same attitude that she got. That's that slavery stuff, man. We can't work and get paid for our work. We gotta work for them and they get paid. Man, get the cluck of the duck out of here. I really almost cussed that time with a big one. Big one. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir. I don't think it's you're not being kind to Miss Pearly. Master Pearly, a good woman. Y'all say, well, she married to a black man. Dude, whoever you are, man, you are a circus clown. You should be all on her heels and probably divorcing her for what she said. Like, what do you mean by that? I'm black. I heard she's married to a black dude. I don't even believe, me personally, I don't believe she married. Who gonna let her be around all these dudes all the time? That's that get out stuff, man. I really want to see this dude. I do. But Obsidian, yes, he is taking up for her. Yes, he is. He is. And I seen a lot of clips where MTR, he trying to save face. It seemed like you ain't really going in like you playing both sides for money. And just so you know, the definition of Grifton is petty scams. So anybody that's playing double sides is grifting. Playing both sides, you're grifting. Based on the definition. Look up the definition. If you telling us, oh, she racist, oh, that wasn't right, but then you calling her on the phone, you got to say it like this. Say it, blah, blah. You coaching her? That's grifting. That's grifting. All these house ninjas on YouTube, man. You're a house ninja. Like I said, I don't spend all my time focusing on who racist and who ain't. But at the same time, sometimes you got to just address it. And her and that dude, man, we got to get our money to the point where we don't have to rely on people like this. And we have to understand that if we have to rely on solely jobs, you probably gonna have some pockets where you ain't making no money because these people ain't gonna be hiring you. They don't think we good workers. We got a negative stereotype on us because some of us, let's be honest, it ain't for her. See, here's the thing. Do you see white people talking about each other like on YouTube consistently? When we talk about what each other doing, it should be amongst ourselves. It shouldn't be her. We don't need her to tell us what, okay, give me reparations then. I ain't even one that's looking for it. But if y'all gonna come on here and tell us about us, give us reparations then. Give me reparations. You think I'm a bad worker, that I'm not gonna work? You don't wanna give me a chance? Give me reparations then. The black people who act like them and them are both a problem. You're a problem. And there'd be a lot of black people that don't like black people to be making problems for other black people at work. The Samuel Jackson character in management at your job is not gonna be cool. And it ain't even about interracial because I'm gonna show y'all something. When I was in Texas and I was working at Waffle House, one of my managers' name was Randy. He was married to a white woman. When I quit Waffle House and I was trying to come back, he recommended me to the white guy. Yeah, he's pretty good. You should hire him back. The white guy didn't even know me. He said, I'm going to say no. Because he probably was a Nick Fuentes. You got two managers. Two of your managers telling you how good I am. I'm going to say no. See, that's how they do us, man. So it's not about whether or not somebody is in an interracial relationship. Because Randy vouched for me. He vouched for me. Randy was one of the nicest guys, man. He was married to somebody white, but he was like, never, not a problem at all. So I don't really go by that like that. Now, if you're going to speak for us, your interest going to be divided. But in other ways, people like that can do their part in other ways. Like he was trying to vouch for me. I'm like, oh, I know I'm finna get it now. That dude gonna say, I'm gonna say no, because he was over them. So it was his decision. I'm like, dude, they know me, you don't. What's the point? Like, I was an excellent interviewer, so it wasn't about the interview. It was about I was black. That's all it was. And he didn't want to hire too many of them. And some of them, they'll hire the women before they hire us. That's why people like Nick Fuentes, Just Pearly, and Obsidian are a problem. You're a problem too, because you trying to make me sympathize with them. That's what you're trying to do. Just for money. And I heard you say, you told a dude you got to do the business. No, you don't. Did Black Wall Street do the business? How that work for them? Did they do the business? See, y'all just don't want to stick together. You want to be a voice. And I'm not, again, that interracial stuff don't matter. But some of y'all can't speak for us because y'all not like Randy, see? And even Randy will have a time speaking for us because his interests will be divided. But guys like him are more able to speak for us than you, because clearly he didn't hate black people. Everybody liked him. Everybody liked Randy. Randy was he was running the whole thing and he wasn't a problem at all. So, but you, Obsidian, you are a problem because you taking up for her. When white people are accused of being racist, I think the proper thing is to let them explain themselves. Don't be like, no, she ain't racist. No, she ain't racist. I'ma prove it right here. She ain't racist. Anybody could say stuff, but your actions gonna speak louder than your words. Okay, this is what I want to do. If she's not racist, then I want to see all the people she grew up around. And that'll be the determining factor. I want to know what all the things they said about black people in front of her and what she laughed at. That's what I want to know. A lot of white people, and I don't mean, again, I got white subscribers. So if you ain't like this, it's not towards you. You know whether or not this gonna hit you. But a lot of time we have to act more like them and think more like them to make it around them. That's what, like, okay, for instance, when I used to play football, the main guy that was interested in me, all I told him was, yeah, my grandmother is a devout Lutheran. She been in a Lutheran church for years and years. And he starts saying, well, I want you to come play for me. I ain't gonna say the school. It's a Lutheran school in Indiana. And I was ready to go and play for him and stuff like that. But here's what happened. He said somebody came out from the school and we were playing against, I believe, Madison. We're playing against Madison. And I got ejected from that game because we was fighting. He came up to me, shook my hand. That was the last I heard from him. But, well, no, it wasn't the last. They told me they still, I could do whatever, It was NAIA. It was like a small school. So, but I was thinking I started thinking about it through the summer. And I was like, man, am I going to be comfortable up there, being the only? So I said, okay, I'm going to go to a black college. Because it was between them and Texas Southern. Texas Southern, I chose Texas Southern. I'm like, I'll just go walk on to Texas Southern and see if I can earn a scholarship. That's what I said to myself. Some things happened where my enrollment and different things went wrong. So I said, okay, I'm going to just sit out for a year and go to Jackson State. I was lifting weights, partying, different stuff, having fun in the city of Milwaukee when it was a whole lot of fun. And then I went to Jackson State. Because in the back of my mind, I was always wondering how that was going to go, being around all of them. Because I wasn't the type of person that's going to try to change who I am as a person to fit in with this group or that group. So who knows how it would have went. Knowing me, probably would have been fighting. I didn't take a whole lot of stuff. Still don't. But we're going to come back to this. We're going to visit this a little bit today. And, that Obsidian, I want y'all, go to his videos. Go to his channel. He got like an African name. What is it? Mumai, some Obsidian. How fitting. Taken up for a racist white person with a name like that. I don't go by beards, locks, names. I go by your actions. Because a lot of people be trying to act like my people this, my people that. You the furthest away. No, she ain't ready. She ain't ready. I'm going to prove it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, we're going to talk about this a little more. Man, am I going to be able to get some gas? Why they love this store so much, man? It's all right. Keep tuning in. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel.